So today let's take a look at this old vintage tube radio from 50s. This is the condition I got it, so let's see how it looks. Yeah, the case is really scratched out, it's really broken, so I need to polish this and make it look nice, but I don't really care about the visual. I'm more into the electronics, so we probably go inside and check the electronics. This thing looks really nice. As you can see, it's really readable, no scratches, so that's good. And there are also these knobs without any damage, so it's really nice. And you can see the tuning is working. So let's go inside and see what's inside this thing. So here you can see the radio from the other side, and you can see there is a main power transformer, and here's the socket for the rectifier. This is the AC11 tube, but it's missing, so I need to find one, but I have these tubes, so no problem. This transformer can be set to 110 or 240. I will set this to 240 because I have 240 volts here. So I don't care about the filament voltage, because if I set it here, all the voltages will be good. Now this transformer has 3 secondaries. One is 4 volts for directly heated tube, the other is 6.3 for the other tubes, filaments, and also the light bulbs. And the third winding is the main B plus winding, so it's double because this is the two-wave rectifier. So I will remove this thing, and we will check if it's fine, if it's working, and then we will continue on the other parts of this radio. So here's the main chassis, and you can see the tubes. This tube is bad. As you can see, there is this white gather. This means that the air is inside this tube, so it can't be usable. And I want to warn you, if you have tube with this thing, it will draw a lot of current on the filament. So you need to remove this before you power on this thing, because this thing can burn your filament winding on the main transformer. So be careful. And the other things I can see are these 2 wires cut from the main speaker, and as you can see, there are 2 wires also, and there should be a audio output transformer, but it's missing, so I need to find another audio output. But it's not a problem, I have a lot of those transformers for these old radios, so it will be fine. Okay, let's check the tubes. This first tube is the oscillator mixer tube. It's a ACH21 oscillator mixer tube, and as you can see, there is a ACH21. So this is the main oscillator and mixer tube. This is EF22. This is the IF transformer. This broken tube is also EF22. This is the audio preamplification, audio preamp. And this last tube is EBL21, and this is the audio output and the AM detector. So this tube contains 2 diodes and the pentode type with common cathode. So this is the modulation and the audio output, power output tube. So there are 2 caps, and one cap is separated by this isolation, so that means that the ground on the power supply is separated between the ground on the chassis. So this is the way this radio works. They create a negative voltage. And this last tube is the AM, is the magic eye. It's missing. It is AM11 probably, this tube. I have a lot of these tubes, so I will change this to have a nice indication, but it will be probably really weak because these tubes go bad really often. So let's continue and remove this power transformer and check the voltages and see if everything is good. So here's the main power transformer. I removed it from the main cabinet and we will test this thing. But first thing, I need to desolder this cap because this is connected across the one of the main B plus windings. So if it's short, it can blow the transformer, so I need to remove this. I don't need this this capacitor for testing, so I just remove it and leave it like this. So next thing, I use my isolation transformer with a current bulb limiter. So I turn on the limiter using this 100 volt light bulb and those two transformers connected in series that provides my galvanic isolation. So I will connect my two main wires. One is here and one is here, and then I will connect it to mains and see if all voltages are present. So I hope you see it. It's not good. Okay, so let's power this thing. Okay, it's not shorted, so I just started with measuring my filament voltage. I measure AC and really? Oh, 6.93 volts, that's fine. So let's check my heater for direct heated tube, 4.36, that's fine. And check the last thing is my B plus windings, 2 times 300 volts probably. So I connect, there is my ground or the center tap, and here or here, 137, 200, this is fine, 278, but this is not good. I need to, this is not good. It looks like one winding is shorted, so I need to make sure where is my center tap. Okay. So it's connected different way. So here's the center tap. Here is 278 volts, and here 278 volts, double, because this is two-way rectifier, as I said earlier. So the transformer seems to work nice, so I just clean it a little bit because there is a lot of dust, and change this cap, and it will be prepared for using. So that's it for this part, and I change this and show it to you, and then we will continue on the main chassis. So let's do it. So the cap is changed, and I'm going to find the new tube for this rectifier block. So let's go. Let's grab one. So this is the AZ11, this nice old rectifier tube from 50s or 40s. So let's insert this thing. Okay, it fit nice, and let's try to power this thing up again and make sure it's heating up the rectifier tube and making DC voltage. But it has a lot of ripple because there is no filter cap, so it isn't good. Okay, I plug it in, and the tube should heat up. Yeah, the filaments are glowing, so I probably have DC voltage on the output. So let's make sure there is a DC voltage. Let's switch to DC and check between these two wires if we have a DC voltage. Yeah, 332 volts, so that's nice. So So my power supply is ready to use, and we will continue on the main chassis. So I go and remove the main chassis, put this thing away, and we will continue in a moment. To remove the chassis, I need to remove this front plate. So there are three these holders. One is here, one here, and one here. So I lose them, and it should lift, but it's lifted and it should come out. So I need to unscrew the chassis also, and it should go out and be able to get this thing out. Okay. I also need to remove the knobs, so I removed the screws, but this one is stuck really hard. So let's use some WD-40 and let's see if it can go out. Okay. It's really stuck here. It's out. Nice. Okay, let's remove this wooden shield and then we can work on the chassis. So let's remove this thing with speaker. This cloth is really old and dirty, so it probably needs to be replaced, but I probably just resurrect this thing and don't bothering about the visual. Okay, and now it should go out, probably. The speaker is unplugged or the wires are cut, so we don't need to worry about this. Let's go out. Wires. There are wires for the main power from mains. This is really stupid design, really bad and stupid design. So I need to unscrew the holders and then we can lift this thing out and work on the chassis. So this is really complicated to remove. Let's do it. Okay, so I just let the wires here because one side is mains. This is mains, so I need to plug a new power cord to this, and here's my power transformer. So it can be like this. So let's remove this thing and see how the chassis looks. So here's the main chassis. The tuning is working fine. I just remove this marker, this thing, so it doesn't get damaged, and let's see how it looks. So as you can see, the volume knob is really loose because the nut is missing, so I need to find one to hold this thing in place, and that there is another screw just laying. This radio is not in good shape, and here you can see a lot of wires that are connected to the output transformer, so I need to find one and connect it. And also this IF transformer, there is missing this clip, so it goes open like this. But we don't care about this now because we just need to make sure everything is working, and then we will do the IF alignment and get it working. So I need to remove this dust. There's a lot of dust. This is just greasy old dust. So I used vacuum cleaner and suck this thing out, and then we will take a look inside and see what components need to be changed to make this thing work. Okay, the chassis is a little bit cleaner, so let's take a look in here and see how it looks. Okay, let's zoom in. So here is the RF section with the oscillator and tuning coils. So this one is a little bit broken. I hope the winding is not broken. But anyway, it looks all original, because all the caps, these old paper caps or whatever they are all original, and all these caps need to be changed because they are leaky and going up in value and so on. So they need to be changed 100%. And here's the potentiometer, which is broken. As you can see, this pot is dead. It is not broken, but the mounting is missing, to be exact. So I go over it and change all these old caps, and then we will continue in part 2, and we will test this thing and do the IF alignment and make sure everything works like a charm. So that's it. See you next time, guys.